As promised, I am following up with you about the actor that I discovered in We Are All Trying Here. I really love the look of Shin Hee Sub, and I know I said that wrong. It's okay. I went in his filmography to find his work because it was like, baby, nope. I walk over your house. I sure will. Except this time, it's not to like be mad or something. It's just to find him to see what he's doing. So the first work that I've seen of his, and it was real janky what how I had to find him, y'all. Cause look, I'm just saying, when they burned the Library of Alexandria down, they really did us a disservice out here in A Drama Land, didn't they? Especially for the enters, baby. Cause we have to turn into damn I don't know who we turned into. We turned into Columbo to find this shit, don't we? If you don't understand that reference that I make, Library of Alexandria, go to my podcast on Spotify or Apple or wherever you prefer to listen to podcasts and find the episode. I may have even titled it The Library of Alexandria. It has boinged down, baby. It's gone. Because I didn't ever have this much of an issue finding things before that happened. And yeah, you may want to listen to that episode because you'll understand my references. And baby, Idoxodon has such an extensive, nonsensical lexicon that unless you've been down from begin, you're not probably going to understand some things that I say because, baby, it doesn't make sense, okay? Unless you've been following. Look, I watched his movie. What is it called? Jowl. What did I? Blossom. Now, one of the reasons why you can't find Blossom is because in 2024, C Town said, baby, not only are we going to use the word blossom in every drama, but we gonna name every drama Blossom. It's the same thing, isn't it? I know, but when you do that, you're gonna pull up 50, 11 C dramas, all of them named Blossom. Nothing else on the front or the back, just Blossom. I'm like, what the? So this is a drama out of Hanguk. It's a movie though. So, I mean, okay. So Blossom, oh God, how can I? So it's made back in 2016, y'all. And the way I ran up on it to get the information, you know, was 2016 that long ago? It was a decade ago, y'all. Cause that damn drama, y'all know when you bump up the video quality on a damn video, it's all low. Y'all know. So I'm like, okay, was 2016 that long ago? Damn. So anyway, y'all, he's just so fucking cute. He's like a puppy. So what I got was basically a summary of this movie. I didn't get to watch the entire thing because it's hard as hell to find. What I found, I got it. Okay. So we got Shu. He is a really young man, like 20 something, baby. And he works at a hospital. I don't know if he's a doctor or something adjacent to a doctor, but he is. And he does a scan of this young woman when she comes in. Now, y'all remember the golden. This is probably the only thing about the golden era that I will say as a con in the golden era of Hanguk dramas. And the golden era for my first time listeners is the era of the best K drama. Like, you can comfortably only watch K dramas for the rest of your life and be fine. Araxadon watches them from every locale, but I get it why people can stay parked in Hanguk for good. It's because of the golden era. Between about 99 and 2017, 18, 19 was when all the best Hangul dramas were made. Nowadays, these K dramas, I'm going to move on. The only con about the golden era is, baby, your ass will have some cancer, some major cancer, some death bringing cancer. Okay, will be no remission, will be no removals. Your ass is grass back then. Okay, they're gonna tell a beautiful ass story surrounding that shit, but your ass, grass. So she gets one of these scans, and because it's just like a summary, you already know what kind of scan it is. When somebody tell you to lay on the table and you laying on your back and they say hold your breath, okay, until the scan is over. I'm like, damn, when you have to start holding your breath. But anyway, so she's holding her breath and he's scanning, and I'm like, oh great, right? So they move forward in the show, and she has an occasion to ask him kind of a little bit about himself, and he is very forthcoming with this information. He's like, I hope you don't judge me or anything, but I see a psychiatrist because my little brother, he died in a car accident or something like that, and it's very difficult for him to cope with it. And she's looking at him like, dude, I'm not going to judge you. I haven't judged you yet. And he's just he's so drawn inside, to the point that in another, we're moving forward in the plot, and he's at work and he's in his little office, and the group is like, come on, let's go to lunch. He's like, no, thank you. I'll do this. And you have to understand that in the US, baby, taking lunch by yourself is the only way you can not slap people at work. Okay. Like, I'm going to take my lunch alone and nobody's going to look at you weird for it. It's either that or get slapped. But in Hanguk society, if you eat alone, it's something wrong with you, baby. They going to talk about your ass. You getting talked about because the eating culture there is very communal. So when we go to lunch, we all going to lunch and we all gonna eat the same shit. And it's like, okay, thank you. So he's like, no, I'm good. And the nurse behind her is like, oh, and he always eat on his own. He eats by himself every day. Give it up. And she's like, no, you should come with us because we're going here and there and we're gonna do this and that, and you should just come. And he's like, nah, I'm for real. I'm good. I'm actually from the US and I don't want to eat with everybody else. So she's like, oh, she gives him a piece of candy. And this is the same girl that got the scan, y'all. I know. So she gives him a piece of candy and she's like, this will just make you feel better. So, he covets this candy because these two, this is a love story. So as we progress in the story, she has a moment to kind of confront him one night. He's walking down the street. Baby, if they insert, this is so day 10, because ain't no people in this town. Like, he walk across this bridge and it's very, it's something about it really comforts me. The scenery, like the streets, how barren they are. I don't know why, y'all. Anyway, he walking down this barren street and he walking past her and she's like, you really need to stop drinking. And I'm like, wow, this really is the golden era. Cause baby, I'm like, you do realize you on a movie, right? Everybody in, so she's like, I keep seeing you take empty bottles to the trash. You really need to stop drinking. Matter of fact, everybody in this town, y'all just a bunch of drunks. And he looks at her like, baby, who are you? Who do you think you are that you get to judge us wholesale like this? If we want to get crunk, that's what we do. That's how we cope. So shut up talking to me. So like he's like cussing because he's irritated because he's being, she holding up a big ass mirror to your ass. If you go to a psychiatrist, I know they didn't tell you to drink your problems away. That's why you go there. So he was mad. She was mad. Progression more, they both work at this hospital. And apparently she's been giving them the cold shoulder. And remember what I said in my review about Perfect Crown episode 3, which I'm debating whether I'm going to go back in there and give it a judicious go. Sometimes you just have to go into a drama and just stop thinking, for it to get the benefit from it. But anyway, she was running cold. And for me, I think that if you ever have a drama where you're struggling with the alchemy or lack thereof, it's because somebody's running cold and hot. And regardless of your emotional output, it has to run hot the whole time. So she didn't apparently ran cold on him. And this confuses him and then angers him because he's following her and he's like, why you not talking to me? Why you acting like that? And she ignores him and keeps walking. And he storms behind her and he's like, hey, I know you hear me talking to you. What's going on? She won't talk. And now this is cold from him. I'm not gonna lie. This almost made me not like his character. So he walks behind her and he pushes her from the back, and I just felt it. You know what I'm saying? It was very aggressive. Like it was that push that somebody does behind you where you gotta fight. Like we're about to fight after this. Man, woman, boy, child, girl, boy, it doesn't matter. We fighting after this. Like you pushed me so hard I almost tripped over myself. And so she ignores it and she keeps going. And he does it again. And these are pushes that just they push your soul, baby. My soul was pushed every time he pushed her. And then she turned around and said, I'm dying. And he's taken aback. And she is coughing. You know, the symptoms of her illness are on the surface now. And she has to be admitted into the hospital. And the doctor tells him, look, she's got this cancer and it has not only affected the organ that it originated from, it's in her stomach, it's in her lungs, it's in her, it has spread all throughout her body. So my advice, my suggestion is for you to make her life as comfortable as you possibly can. Now, in the real world, this person will probably be, admitted somewhere and be given palliative care, but we're on a drama, so we got some drama-ing to do. So it's almost like she makes a recovery and they begin to be the couple that they've been warring to not be, apparently. They go on the beach and they're splashing and they're spending time and, do I forgive him yet? I do when he goes to her house and, they go to a restaurant, they have a meal. He goes to her house and apparently she must have washed her hair. He's drying her hair for her. She begins to she's already like sitting on her knees and she like bends over. It's so tender. It touches her to tears. He reaches over in his effect and pulls out a wedding ring. He asks her to marry him. They get married. They have, some domesticated experiences with each other. They share a meal in their new life as husband and wife. They go to bed. They wake up one glad morning. Sun is shining on them as they lay in their bed as husband and wife. Both are sleeping peacefully until he awakens first and gazes down at her like, wow, my wife is so beautiful. And because I know drama's the way I know it, baby, she gone. She is good and gone. And he figures that out when he, tenderly touches her face and it's ice cold. And he gave her a hair tie once when they went to a restaurant to tie her hair back so that as she had her lamian, it didn't get in her bowl. And he's like, goes up to the restaurant owner and gets a rubber band for her hair. And she wears it on the same arm as her wedding ring because it was a treasure to her. So she's been wearing it ever since. And he looks down at that arm, which is now a dead arm. And he weeps and weeps and weeps. And that's pretty much the end of the drama. And y'all, Shimi Sub, I like him a lot. And it does seem that he likes those roles where you got an ugly cry, maybe. Because he's also in a BL movie. And that one, baby, I cried on this. It was just a summation of the movie, but I cried on this. I'm like, oh, he is the one trying to do this. So we're all trying here. His role in We Are All Trying Here is not big enough for me, but I might have to just go over there and just eye hustle a little bit just to get more out of him, because in his role in We Are All Trying Here, nobody can stand Hwang Do-man. I mean, even the viewer probably struggles a little bit with him. But you know, the one person of the group of directors who can stand Hwang Do-man and will entertain his stories patiently, smiling with his little Mr. Rogers, little cute little sweaters. Yeah, Shimi Sub. His character is not really bothered by it. Hwang Do-man amuses him. And I don't know, he amuses me. I'm talking about Shimi Sub. So I might have to just go over there just to get Shimi Sub. And I love that. That's what I love about dramas. The writers, directors, and producers may try to put somebody in the front for us to focus on. But baby, I'm all the way back there in the back. I got a whole nother drama I'm doing, okay? And that may have to be the way I watch all the rest of these dramas in 2026. Because right now I'm just in a weird spot, where I gotta reach back and I got to go over some people's houses to get a good drama and shit. But yeah, that's Shimi Sub. And I suggest that you go find it. You can find Blossom, the Hanguk movie, in summary, and there are several parts. But for me, the part I saw was good enough for me.